XCOM 2 is one of the most beloved strategy games of all time, even though it's constantly lying to you. XCOM 2 is the most recent installment in the long-running XCOM series that started on PC back in 1994. In it, you take on the role of the commander of the titular XCOM program, a global operation to fight back an alien invasion. It's a turn-based strategy game in which you try to outmaneuver and destroy your alien opponent. When you have an enemy in your sights, the game will run a calculation to determine what your hit chance will be, displayed as a percentage. Things like weapon types, distance to the enemy, whether they are in cover, your angle on them, any special powers you have access to, and more. However, these numbers are a lie. Human brains are notoriously prone to bias and error, including our grasp, or lack thereof, on statistics and probability. To navigate our exceedingly complex world, our brains collect 11 million bits of information every second. However, it would be impossible to live our daily lives without our brains filtering most of this out. We make loads of shortcuts to arrive at approximations of the truth, which works well most of the time, until it doesn't. Our brains tend to shortcut probabilities into 3 buckets. Anything significantly less than 50% goes into the "so unlikely I can ignore it" bucket. Anything close to 50% goes into the "could go either way" bucket. And anything significantly above 50% goes into the "pretty much guaranteed to happen" bucket. If XCOM 2 says you're 85% to blast that alien right in his smug face, it's pretty much guaranteed, right? And when we do in fact connect and take that little bugger out, our confirmation bias kicks in. Confirmation bias is our tendency to seek out and easily recall information that confirms our beliefs, and easily ignore or forget information that contradicts those beliefs. When we connect on the 85% shot, our expectations were met. Therefore, it's uneventful and easily forgotten. But when we miss, oh boy do we notice. It contradicts our beliefs about what should happen.
I got nothing.
The gambler's fallacy is an extension of this, which is the incorrect assumption that for every outcome, the opposite outcome becomes more likely. The most common example being coin flips. Let's say a shot in XCOM is 50% to hit, an actual toss-up. Our gut instinct is that every time we miss a shot, it becomes more likely that we will get a hit. But of course, this is false. During playtesting, the developers behind XCOM for Firaxis Games fell face first into this problem. Thanks to the plethora of biases humans have when it comes to understanding probability, players raged at what they felt was too much randomness in the game. The game felt so unfair, it must be cheating. To address how players were feeling, Firaxis did just that. Cheated. But not how you'd expect. In the version of XCOM 2 that is available today, in the rookie difficulty, the game secretly multiplies your hit chance by 1.2. So a 50% chance becomes a 60% chance. And at the veteran difficulty, a secret multiplier of 1.1. So 50% becomes 55%. Of course, this is not revealed to the player during the course of the game, but is intended to bring the percentage shown on screen more in line with players' expectations. And to address that gambler's fallacy, our incorrect intuition that as we miss shots, it becomes more and more likely we'll get a hit, they make the game do just that. When you miss, you are actually given a +10 aim bonus on your next 50% or higher shot. Miss again? You get another +10 bonus until you actually connect. Despite all of this cheating Firaxis is doing, in your favor, the supposed randomness of the game is still the stuff of memes. Imagine if the developers had left it as is. Thanks to human bias, this simple detail might have left the game so frustrating as to be practically unplayable.